to yes on what you're looking for.
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it from Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes. Do you think that worked?
Bill of Rita, I do think that worked. It's Dr. Kirk Adams, Heart of Influence, on this Thankful Thursday. Very grateful for all the heart-centered and growth-minded people that Dr. Kirk always assembles, and I'm sure today will be no different. So as we explore the space of integrity-based human influence, please, Bill of Rita, who's here?
Sean, we definitely have some warm, heart-centered people here for the Heart of Supplier Diversity, Heart of Influence, with the one and only Dr. Kirk Adams. And first, coming from San Francisco, California, a master's degree from Johns Hopkins School of Public Health, originally with the biotech and pharmaceutical industry, currently a director of clinical programming, multipreneur of 2 decades, from selling items on eBay to buying and managing real estate. Recently launched a company serving disabled founders with website designs and grant writing. Let's welcome to the show, Kat Paz.
And Bill, it's Paz or Kat? I couldn't put off.
Kat with a K.
Kat. Kat's awesome. Kat, how are you? Hello, hello. Happy Thankful Thursday. Welcome to Dr. Kirk Adams' Heart of Influence. And Kat, we kick this show off with a fun fact. Because Plato, the Greek philosopher, believe it or not, that Greek philosopher, Kat, was friends with both Bella and Dr. Kirk Adams. And what Plato said was, play a game with me for an hour, and we will learn more about each other than if we speak for a year. We kick this show off with a fun fact. It's a headline fun fact. And it could be a proud moment, a adventurous moment, surprising moment, silly moment, and or fun moment, whatever it is. But it's a headline, not a story. And Kat, it would make us say, Kat, no way. So please, Kat, what is your fun fact?
Sean, thank you. I'm Kat Paz. My name is comprised of only 6 letters, Kat, meow, meow, Paz, which means peace. And my fun fact is I have 20 pairs of eyeglasses. And for today, I randomly picked an eyeglass case and I figured I will go with the flow, just like I will for today's session. And for everyone's perspective, I am an Asian woman with yellow glasses and wavy or maybe frizzy hair. Thank you for this opportunity.
That is a super cool fun fact. Bella, this is a woman after your own heart.
Absolutely.
Bella, yes, is this like in the zip code of the number of glasses you have?
No, I feel shameful now because I only have I think 4 pair, but I'm definitely going to need more. And I actually have heart-shaped pair for the Heart of Influence, but they give me a headache, and so I don't wear them.
Well, Kat will lend you some glasses. Kat, welcome to Dr. Kirk Adams' Heart of Influence. And Bella, who is here to join Kat?
Joining Kat from Memphis, Tennessee, uses her background in hiring, training, and developing Walgreens pharmacists to teach individuals and groups in the blind and visual impairment community. Lost her own sight 18 years ago, launched it out for the blind and visually impaired, and became a communication and skills instructor for 11 years. Now a tech accessibility coordinator, creating programs for youth, and always serving on various boards in and around the community. Let's welcome to the show, Stephanie Jones.
Stephanie, welcome to Dr. Kirk Adams' Heart of Supplier Diversity, Heart of Influence. And please, what is your fun fact?
Well, thank you for having me here. While my tennis serve was always great before I lost my sight, it is only after being introduced to blind tennis that it took me to demonstrating it at the US Open.
Whoa.
Oh, that's incredible. Thank you for that inspirational and impactful story. Yes, I appreciate that very much. We'll get into later the fact that Bella, even though I'm blind, tries to beat me at like all kinds of sports. That'll be a story for a little bit, but thank you for that inspirational tennis access vector. Bella Verita, heart-centered, it's present. Let's go.
Yes, and I have yet to beat the blind guy at many things. How he beats me at air hockey as a blind man, I cannot compute this. But yes, it happens all the freaking time. Next, from Madison, Wisconsin. Actually, let me go to Waterville, Ohio. A founder and CEO of a cutting-edge marketing and live streaming company builds powerful revenue-generating personal brands across multiple social media platforms, a background in personal branding, live streaming, and social media, incorporating sound and healing mindfulness practices into her coaching, offering a holistic approach to branding, building, and personal development. Let's welcome to the show, Jessie Lizette.
Jessie, welcome, warm welcome, and please, your fun fact.
My fun fact is that I am a vegan. I had a gallbladder attack last Memorial Day, and after that, I did all this food sensitivity testing and changed my diet before insurance could even approve the insurance or approve the surgery, and then went back to confirm that we were going to go do it, and didn't need to have it done because I changed my diet.
Oh, well, congratulations on that for sure.
I need to interrupt.
Alternative.
When's
Yes,
the
Kirk.
last time you ate a vegetable, Sean Kelly?
Kirk,
I've had meals with you,
I
and there were no vegetables on those tables when we were together.
Kirk, this is integrity-based human influence. I don't know what you're talking about because, Kirk, I eat vegetables multiple times per week, Kirk, because I am a pizza enthusiast and tomato sauce is my favorite vegetable.
Tomatoes are actually a vegetable, Sean. They're a fruit. I hate to tell you.
Okay, Kirk's right then. Yes, I don't even.
Sean, you're completely right. I am Argentinian and I love Argentinian meat. So you are completely right on eating little vegetables and all the Argentinian meat that is the best of the world.
Amazing. Okay, so Kirk is absolutely correct. Thank you, brother, for sure. But I do say this very sincerely. I am not a health expert in any way, shape, or form, but I do have meaningful thoughts in the space. I have a lot of friends, real colleagues that are masterful internationally around health experts. And I had this theory that health diet, which is supported by some science, is very genetically rooted. So I think, what one person can eat is very different from what another person can eat and how it affects you. So I think I have been very lucky blessed, call it what you want, in my genetics, at least so far, with my diet, but I do exercise a bunch. So congratulations though on your veganness. Dr. Kirk is absolutely right. The last vegetable I ate was, I think, in my prior life, if I had one. So Bella Verita, welcome to Dr. Kirk's heart-centered, growth-minded, disruptive heart of influence, as he has just hit you with a lightning bolt. Let's go, Bella.
That he has. Next up from Dallas, Texas, a social tech entrepreneur, specialist in accessibility for over 15 years in strategy transforming organizations across various industries. Listed in Dallas Biz Journal as 40 Under 40, an executive board member of the year by the North Texas Disability Chamber, develops digital strategies and accessible tech solutions, leveraging AI to close the accessibility gap, a dedicated advocate for STEM, equality, and accessibility. Let's welcome to the show, Tiffany Martin.
Tiffany, warm welcome to the Dr. Kirk ecosystem. And please, your fun fact.
Thanks, Sean and Bella and Dr. Kirk. My fun fact, within the last year, I went ziplining in Mexico and snowboarding in Michigan with my husband. So yeah, just a little bit of a thrill seeker.
Tiffany, seeking some thrills and some adventure. You're in the right space, Tiffany, because hanging out with Bella Verita, oof, that is an adventure. Bella, Tiffany's in the house, and over to you.
That was a little bit of projection, they call that, Tiffany, because Sean is definitely the adventure enthusiast, as I think this weekend we're going to be in like 4 states, 4 airplanes, getting on an airplane like, every 12 hours, I'm pretty sure. So yes, that was a projection, but welcome, Tiffany, to the adventurous crew of Sean Callaghan. And next up, from Bristol, Virginia, executive director of a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping Americans with diverse abilities, justice, impact individuals, veterans finding meaningful employment, a retired Army intelligence officer with an MBA teaching principles of management at the university level, a guest lecturer in the U.S. Army War College and on leadership and personal branding. Thank you for your service. Let's welcome Jay McCabe.
Thank you. Thank you.
First of all, Jay, thank you for your service. Second, Jay, the War College is going nowhere without Bella Verita talking about how she wages war. Second and third, please, your fun fact.
Hey, thanks again for this opportunity. And as back to my service in the Army, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for funding the fact that I got to jump out of perfectly good airplanes for 3 years. And so that's on your dime, and I appreciate that. So that's my fun fact. You all paid for my my airborne training and operations. Thanks.
That is absolutely awesome. Thank you. Bella, maybe I can go in and go scuba diving in the Navy or something and have them pick up the dime. We'll have to talk to Jay about that. But Bella, who is joining Jay in his coolness, who else is here?
Joining Jay and his coolness from Dover, Delaware, president of an organization combining philanthropic and financial investments, guiding individuals and organizations to harness the power of capital to address pressing social, environmental challenges while generating positive returns for investors. Let's welcome to the show, Wendy Rios.
Thank you very much.
Super cool name, Wendy. And please, your fun fact.
Yes, thank you very much. So I am a travel at heart. I originally come from Europe, as you can hear my accent, from the Czech Republic. I've lived in more than 7 different countries with different languages. That includes Latin, Europe, UK, but at the end I ended up here, like Columbus, in the USA.
Oh, that is crazy. Wendy, thank you for all of that. And if you can go anywhere in the world tomorrow, where would you go?
Well, I haven't been to Asia yet. I would love to see India. I am a foodie, so I would love, because my opinion is you can see everything on Google, and even maybe better with a real, you can experience it. But you cannot experience the food if you don't live in that country. And I love living there for at least 12 months, not just visit as a tourist. You don't get the same the same, like if you go to
And
Mexico. Yes.
yeah, couldn't be
Yeah.
more aligned. So whenever I go to a new country, I am
Mhm.
making sure I find their pizza and McDonald's, and I am truly enjoying living there. Does that sound good?
Okay. That sounds exactly the opposite, but yes, wonderful. Wonderful.
I don't think, Bella, I don't think that's what Vendi was saying, but that's what I heard. So let's go.
Yeah, not quite it, but close enough. Next, let's go to there's Columbus, Ohio, providing software tools to succeed, making the world a more accessible, managing training teams to reach and teach people how to use apps, products, and helping people work and school through work and school. And accessibility for the past 24 years, first locally providing training of tech tools for adults seeking employment and making job sites accessible, now using her expertise and experience to help people globally. Let's welcome to the show, Elizabeth Whitaker.
Elizabeth, welcome to Dr. Kirk Adams' Heart of Influence on this Thankful Thursday. And Elizabeth, please, what is your headline? Fun fact.
All right. Well, first of all, thank you for having me here. And my fun fact is I once attended a movie audition with a friend to support her and wound up getting a tiny part in the movie.
Whoa, that's super cool. And what was the name of the movie?
The movie actually was never released, so I guess it's really not that fun of a fact anymore. But the movie was called The Prince. But unfortunately,
that is super cool.
Yeah, lost its
That is
funding.
super
So.
cool. Fun fact. It is the greatest movie never made. Is that what we're hearing?
Sure, we'll go with that. Yeah.
Let's go. Bella, we're going with it. Elizabeth would have been a star. Almost there. It's coming. We're going to find a way to refinance The Prince. Come on, Bella.
And refinance the Prince. I like it. We're going to make Elizabeth a star. And next up, from somewhere in the world, President and CEO of consulting firm supporting several NGOs with grant writing, strategic planning, and revenue building projects. Previously CEO and founder of a culture alt center and an advocate for persons with disabilities for over 30 years, an expert in nonprofit consulting, self-advocacy, and marginalized population assisting agencies across America for all over the globe. And let's welcome to the show, Miss Grace Alfiero.
Grace, welcome. Happy Thankful Thursday, and please, your fun fact.
So when I was 10 years old, I wanted to be the first female baseball player. Obviously, it didn't work out as I planned, but this month is actually, I'm celebrating 30 years of advocacy work for persons with disabilities.
Wow. Grace, thank you for that. Beautiful. And two quick questions. Where, if at all, does a league of their own fit into your, love? And how long did you play baseball? When did your baseball career end?
Oh, so I love League of Your Own. That's a great movie. And my baseball career ended when I was 14 and went into tennis instead. So, but I still,
that's a long time.
Yeah, I still love going to baseball games, and the Philadelphia Phillies are doing great this year, and I live about 40 minutes from that stadium.
Oh! Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Did I make a fatal flaw in that?
You're speaking to a Mets fan.
Well, the Mets were originally the team I wanted to play for because I'm from Long Island, New York. So
amazing. Well, maybe
did she reclaim herself, Sean?
Yes, very much, because the Mets are hopelessly chasing the Phillies that are like 7 games ahead of them, and we're in September, but we'll see. So thank you, Grace. Beautiful story. Bella, come on, Mets, and let's go.
From Dover, Delaware, a successful international entrepreneur with businesses in more than 12 countries, created and I'm going to give this a shot, fill in thorough investor phenomena in 2012 14, a representative and innovative new take on real estate investing, maximizing returns for investors, and making home ownership a reality for a traditionally undeserved segment of society. Let's welcome to the show, Ivan Ez.
Ivan, welcome to Dr. Kirk Adams' Heart of Influence. Happy Thankful Thursday. And please, your fun fact.
Yes, hi guys. Thank you for having me here. And now I am at the moment in Puerto Rico, with, as you see in the background, not exactly the background that but I am like steps away from the background. And my fun fact is that my biggest company and movement that I created, which is Philanthro Investors, was born in 2009 by me taking a shower as a God revelation, and I needed to take 2 shampoos in order to get that revelation.
I love this. Creating in the shower, powerfully, innovatively, and entrepreneurially, Bella Verita. This is what we're hearing.
This is what and it took 2 shampoos. 2.
Yes.
It took 2, and the first one didn't brought it.
Yes. Imagine if you took 3. Come on, Belle.
Imagine, as if it couldn't get any better, the man that brought us all together from Seattle, Washington, 16 years as the president of the Lighthouse for the Blind, another 6 as the president for the American Foundation for the Blind, a PhD in leadership and change, the managing director for the Innovative Impact LLC, engaging in fun, innovative, high-impact projects dedicated to making the world a more inclusive and equitable place. Let's welcome to the show, Dr. Kirk Adams.
Dr. Kirk Adams, long time no speak. This is our 3rd intersection of the day. It's a spectacular day when you have the privilege of encountering Dr. Kirk Adams 3 different times in the virtual world. Dr. Kirk Adams, wonderful job assembling this heart-centered, growth-minded group. And please, sir, your fun fact.
My fun fact, our grandson, Evan, is 2.5. His little sister, 6 months. They were with my wife and I last Friday all day, and I sang with Evan, Old MacDonald Had a Farm 18 times last Friday.
And Dr. Kirk, in the 18 times of saying Old MacDonald for grandson Evan, which animal made the most appearances in the parts of the song where you made the sound?
Cow.
Wow, with a moo-moo here and a moo-moo there, Dr. Kirk.
Oh.
Whoa.
I grew up
Dr.
with
Kirk.
cows. I know what a cow is.
Yeah. The brother is going big time, Bella Verita. Brother Kirk is going big time. Dr. Kirk, shall we do the things?
Let's do it.
Let's go. So we introduced the woman who's been introducing everyone. This woman began her career in influence at the age of 8, selling crafts on her parents' front lawn. By the age of 19, she had become a 7-figure business generator in the space of network marketing, despite being diagnosed with dyslexia. By the age of 24, 25, and 26, this resilient overcomer did something extraordinary. In a male-dominated industry, she was three-peating like Michael Jordan, just not in basketball, but instead as Nevada's #1 business broker, 24, 25, and 26 years old. Not only she overcome dyslexia, not only she overcome gender bias, but she also overcomes ageism because she was the youngest person ever to do it at 24 and the youngest person, including men or women, and first woman ever do it overall, let alone 3 straight times. By the age of, that's 24, 26. From there, she begins to train entrepreneurs and Fortune 500 companies. In fact, in 2019, every sales team she works with doubled their sales. Adventure has been in the air today, and this woman, skier, surfer, and scuba diver in the most extreme of conditions, maybe she learned it on YouTube, maybe from a blind man. Got to ask her. She's also a 2-time, about to be 3-time published author, as well as a philanthropist who's raised $10 million with the Unblinded team over just the past 2.5 years. And this woman in 2023, resiliently, powerfully, courageously, vulnerably, as an example possibility, defeated publicly cancer, the one and only heart of influence. Let's welcome to Dr. Kirk Adams Show, Bella Verita. Bella Verita, please, your fun fact. Welcome to your show.
My fun fact, thank you, Sean. It is extraordinary to be here with you all. And yes, as a dyslexic, I have published 2 books and a journal, which I just got all of my author copies for today. And we're going to be coming out with it. I have an ICANN journal. We're going to be coming out with an ICANN course to go along with the journal. And getting all those author copies are really super fun. So that's my fun fact for today, Sean.
That's a super cool fun fact. And Bella, shall we do the things?
I think we should do the thing, Sean. But first, let me introduce to you the man that Tony Robbins said there's no one who leads with more heart and more integrity than Sean Callagy. He beats world champions like Becky at body surfing competitions. He is only one of 2 attorneys to win 2 top 100 national jury verdicts between 2014 and 2016, and the only one that's blind out of 1.2 million attorneys. In fact, the state of New Jersey thought he was so exponential that they actually named him one of New Jersey's most influential attorneys. He has spoken on stages such as Disney, T-Mobile, Salesforce, Tony Robbins 18 times. And when he's not busy flying around, speaking on stages, he is an incredible philanthropist that raised nearly $10 million for refugees in Ukraine. Let me welcome my co-host, Mr. Sean Callagy.
Miss Bella Verita, thank you. Dr. Kirk Adams, thank you. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. And I think I will go, this is my fun fact. Yes, I'm a blind man that has taught sighted people to ski, surf, and scuba dive. And recently somebody asked me, like, dude, how do you surf? Like, if you can't see. So I'm gonna be very clear. I have a little bit of peripheral vision, tiny little bit. I have no central vision, can't see anything all in front of me. And I was really trying to figure out, like, how do I do this? So when I was surfing about a week ago, I was like paying particular attention to what happens. And this is the adaptive dynamic that I've developed. I could literally, if it's sunny out, I could literally see just a pinprick out of my peripheral vision, a different distinction on the horizon with the sun reflecting off the water as a wave is forming. That is my best answer. Because people are like, how do you know when the waves are coming? And I'm like, I don't know. How do I know when the waves are coming? So I sat back and studied it, and that's what happens. Like the angle changes where that reflection is. I know a wave is coming. It's really challenging, really difficult because you got to be paddling early into the waves. So like fast moving ocean, I'm in, it's in a cloudy day, super unbelievably difficult. I really need somebody to help me, like a guide, but I can still surf on my own with that little adaptive dynamic and the, tiny little bit of peripheral vision. I'm very thankful to still have. So that is my fun fact for today, Bella Verita.
That is a super fun fact, Sean Callagy. Are you ready to have some fun today on Dr. Kirk's Heart of Influence?
I am ready, Bella Verita. Let's go. Who's going first?
Do the things. Let's kick this off with Miss Stephanie Jones.
Stephanie, here's what we're doing. I had some fun, made some introductions, but we fancy this truth around these parts of Heart of Influence and Unblinded. It's this, that the ability to cause yes with people is, well, what causes everything in our leadership, in our management, in our recruitment, in our fundraising, charitably or for profit, in our marketing and selling. Everything happens after yes. But not all yeses are created equal. In fact, they're not even remotely close to equal, nor is selecting which yeses to cause. Like the mastery of causing yes and which yeses we point that mastery at, that produces, I guess, well, sort of, kind of, no, factually, yes, everything that we have. So Bella's going to be in our fun little research and development laboratory in our more than 1,250th episode of the Heart of Influence. Congratulations, everyone, on being part of the 8,000 plus people that have been on the show. We practice, work on research, going from hello to yes, not pitching, hooking, closing. Yuck. We are past the days of pitching, hooking, closing. We're in the 2020s, where heart-centered, integrous people, yuck, to like pitching, hooking, closing. So Bella's going to be anybody you want her to be. She could be an ideal client. She could be a charitable fundraising partner, or she could be somebody famous like Oprah Winfrey or Warren Buffett, anybody that you want Bella Verita to be. So please, Stephanie, who would you want Bella to be that you go from hello to yes with? It does not have to be a sale. It could just be a longer conversation. We are substance over form. Please, who's Bella going to be?
I think Bella's going to be who she already is, someone famous.
Bella, you're you. She's good at that, Stephanie. Take us in.
Hello, this is Bella.
Hi, Bella. This is Stephanie. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful, Stephanie. Funny enough, Stephanie was my birth name. So it's fun to get to talk to another Stephanie.
Do you know what Stephanie means?
I think I knew at some point it like meant crown or something.
You're right. Queen one.
Yes. I remember someone telling me that a while ago.
So I love that fact about my name, and it's something that I try and live up to, right?
Yeah. Well, you definitely, from what I'm experiencing so far, are most definitely a queen.
There you go. It takes one to know one. So I think everyone has a bit of royalty in them. And so what makes us connect with each other.
I couldn't agree more, Stephanie. And so what brought us together today? My team put this call on the schedule, but I have no idea what we're talking about.
Well, we're always talking about the heart of influence and how we can take our partnership together in order to help other individuals.
I love that. And what is your mission in the world, Stephanie?
So my mission is to help the people who are just like myself. I lost my own sight 18 years ago, and I want to take my skills and talents to help impact others in the blindness and visual impairment community, because I feel like there's a lot of education there. Have you worked in that space often?
I haven't worked in this space often. Well, unless you include leading my visually impaired significant other, like, through airports and down mountains and underwater. I have worked in that space a little bit.
There you go. That's the reason why we're having this call, because it takes people who understand this community in order to help improve this community. And it's all about making sure things are accessible, diverse, and always inclusive, right?
Yes, 100%. 100%. And you know what really chaps my hide is when movies come out and they don't have audio assist, because I am not a very good audio assist person. And I'm I don't know, there's some animals on the screen that are doing something. I'm not a very good audio assist. And so when movies come out, we tried to watch a movie the other day and it didn't have audio assist and I was really upset.
Well, that's all right. At least you were trying. But then that's something that we can work on. The more that we go out and talk to folks and educate people who don't understand how important something like that is, we can probably get it in place more often.
Yeah. And so is there anything, because I have about 30 more seconds, anything that I could do for you, anything that you're looking for?
So I love the mentorship and just being able to continue the conversation so that we can find ways to partner together. Would that work?
I would look forward to learning more about you for sure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Stephanie, wonderful work. We're coming back with the feedbackers in a moment. Bella, who's following up Stephanie?
Following up Stephanie is Kat.
Kat, who would you like Bella Verita to be?
Just unmute for us, Kat.
Bless you, Miss Bella, because I was going to start speaking to myself and only myself. Bella, I would love for you to be an author.
Ooh,
which you may or may not be already. Cough.
Yes. Author Bella, take us in with Kat.
Hello.
Shall we start?
Let's do it. Hello, this is Bella.
Hey, Bella. Good afternoon. How are you doing today? I heard you were a famous author.
Yes. I don't know about the famous part, but author, yes.
I am just so pleased to meet you. And basically, if it's all right, I think you also work with disabled folks, and I would love to actually learn more about you, your authorship, and how you actually work with the community. Is that a good use of your time?
Yeah, I mean, I have a couple of minutes. I think the more that, my first interaction with even visually impaired or that disability was through the company Unblinded. And, learning, Sean, and then my very first immersion, there was a woman who was blind and was talking about how she was going rock climbing and all the things. And I was like, whoa, I had no idea. And that's so extraordinary what those with visual impairments, still do. I met this woman earlier on the show that snowboards and does all kinds of all kinds of things visually impaired, which is just extraordinary to me.
That's awesome. Miss Bella, I think we were connected at the right time. I am trying to put a community together of disabled entrepreneurs because I'm trying to work with the community. To be honest, it's not for profit, really. I'm not trying to make money out of this. I am just trying to get the community together and find disabled entrepreneurs who want to become authors. I'm putting essentially a chicken soup for the soul for disabled entrepreneurs. And I wanted to connect with you if you had any advice for me.
I would say the biggest piece of advice that I could offer to you is as you are building this book and authoring this book is really discover for people what's in it for them. Because I hear it's a beautiful mission, on your heart, but in the conversations is, why would they want to contribute to the book? What is it for them? How does it fulfill their vision for their lives? And be interested more in what it can do for them. And I'm not saying, you don't. Obviously, you sound like a very heart-centered individual, but more of what's in it for them versus what's in it for you.
Perfect. And if I was to share that right now, I would say that this is about disabled entrepreneurs sharing their story to inspire others. And second, it would be to be able to market their own businesses and getting their services out into the world.
I love it. That is a beautiful mission, and definitely would love to see how we could support more on that vision.
I already heart you, Miss Bella. I also heard that you love glasses. I am sending you yellow and red glasses of heart-centeredness. Thank you.
Perfect. I love it. Thank you so much for that. Awesome job, Kat. Beautiful job, Stephanie. And this is the time that we get to the feedbackers, otherwise known as judges. And this is the time that we get to give back in the form of feedback. And so it's going to be 30 seconds of feedback for either Kat or Stephanie, something that they did great, something that they could do to improve, and then a little scoring next step. Is that next step you'd rather go to the dentist and have a root canal than have a longer conversation with Stephanie or Kat? They were both engaging. I would talk to them more, so I don't know if I go for a root canal today, especially on a Thursday. But maybe that next step is a little mocha chocolate and a little croissante at Starbucks to have a little bit longer of a conversation. If that's not enough time, you would be willing to rent a private room at the Capitol Grill, getting the seafood tower and the nice juicy steak. Unless you're Jesse and you're vegan, of course, you're not having seafood and the juicy steak. So maybe you're having salad and French fries instead. But you're not going to skip out on dessert because you definitely want to have the longest meeting possible with Kat or Stephanie. And if that's still not enough time, you would be willing to rent a private jet. Of course, stop and pick up Dr. Kirk Adams and fly anywhere in the world to have the longest meeting possible. And let's kick this off with Jay, since we have all contributed to his jumping out of airplanes training. So we'll kick it off with you, Jay. And how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Stephanie?
Hey, thanks again. Firstly, for Stephanie, I thought you did a great job with the opening. It was very cordial. You established some common ground right away, and then you kind of went into your pitch, for lack of a better term. And I thought that went really well. I would encourage you to maybe be a little bit more concrete on the specifics of your ask. But otherwise, I think that for establishing follow-on conversations, you did a good job. What left me questioning was what are the conversations that you specifically want to have? And then for Kat, just to dive off again, very warm, good, soft opening, wanting to establish a relationship. I think that sends the same thing. It's clear that you want to continue to communicate, but and I think you did a pretty good job of crystallizing what you wanted to talk about, but still a little bit soft for an elevator pitch. So that's my 2 cents worth.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Jay. Maybe go at a little airplane jumping. Bella, who's next?
Next up, we got Miss Tiffany Martin. And how about Tiffany, your 30 seconds of feedback for Kat?
Where as Kat goes, I loved how engaging that you were. The conversation felt very organic. I was intrigued more. I would agree with Jay as far as it was a little soft and just honing in, just a little bit more focus as far as getting to the root and the point of the ask toward the end. But I was very curious as to if it is geared toward entrepreneurs with disabilities, making it more accessible, the learning material, whether that's an ebook or audiobooks. I wanted to know more, so.
Cool. Well, thank you for that, Tiffany. And your next step would be a cup of coffee, steak, private jet. What will be next?
For me, I would love just in the heart, quote unquote, air quotes, of just authorship, a nice coffee at a coffee lounge, or just a nice sweet spot just to talk and have an intimate conversation about more in-depth insight of her idea.
Awesome. Tiffany, thank you. Bella, I'm hearing a heart-centered cup of mocha chocolate latte. Who else is here? Come on.
That's what I'm hearing. Let's go. Elizabeth. Elizabeth, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Stephanie?
All right, thank you. So Stephanie, I thought you did a great job introducing who you were and what you wanted. I like the common ground, as Jay said, as well. And I would just like to know a little more, maybe a little more about who you are from the very beginning, and just kind of establish a little more about what you were going for. But I think you did a great job of outlining, what you're doing, what you want, and what you wanted from Bella. So great job. I would go for the meal.
All right. Little steak, seafood tower, vegan, maybe not. So what would the food be?
We'll go with steak.
Nice. Steaks, Bella. Woman after our own hearts. Let's go.
Woman after our own hearts. Let's go. Grace. Grace, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Kat?
So, well, for Kat. Okay. So, I actually, for both, I think you are both very authentic, and I think that you both have great energy. And those are two things that I look for with partners that I want to do projects with. So keep that going. I do think that a call to action is an important part of your pitch. And, that's part of the reason why I named my firm Arts in Action, because I think action is really important in this world, and to prove it through your actions. And so I think having a call to action that's already in your back pocket, so you're ready with it, and you're really comfortable with it, and that it's practiced so that it comes out really smooth, I think is really good. But authenticity was perfect. Energy was high on the scales for both of you.
Grace, loving it. Next step would be a little cup of coffee, maybe a nice meal, private jet. What's happening next?
So I always love to share ideas over a meal, because I think it's more meaningful, and I also think it's more memorable. And what we want to do with the people that we're trying to bring into our sphere is to make sure that they remember who we are 2, 5, 12 months from now. And so I would definitely go with some kind of an experience that you can put on the books, so that you can, share a memorable moment and catch up again on what you presented, and then what you've done since you presented.
All right. Thank you for that, Grace. A little shared experience with a meal, Bella. Come on.
Well, shared experience with a meal. Thank you, Grace. Let's go. Ivan, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for, let's go, Kat.
Okay. Hello, Kat. I don't hear you.
And what's your 30 seconds of feedback for Kat?
Oh, okay. Kat, I think you did absolutely great, and in everything that it was around the conversations and everything. And I will say that maybe a little bit more of increasing the amount of communication. You see, it's important always to increase the amount of communication. It's always better more communication than less communication. And because, finances is a communication system, so finances move from one person to another one, similar to words. So when you increase communication to the right target and to the right audience in the right way, you should increase finances at the same time. So that's basically my feedback.
Beautiful. Thank you, Ivan. Beautiful feedback. Bella.
Let's next go, Jesse. Jesse, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Stephanie?
I thought Stephanie did a really great job. If I were to get really nitpicky, I guess one thing would be I would have liked to have heard more about the pain you help solve. So like rather than just like this is the service, this is the product. I want to know like but buyers are emotional. We buy for emotional reasons. So like how is this going to help me? How is this going to get me to where I want to be? What's that going to make my life like? How is that going to change things for me? So I would have liked maybe a little more like peeling of the onion and seeing what the pain is so that they could really feel why they need your service.
Awesome. Appreciate that. And a little mocha chocolate latte, meal, private jet.
We'll go tofu. We'll go
Let's
tofu.
go.
meal.
Tofu. Bella Rita, I will pass the tofu to you. Come on.
I think you should have some tofu, a little pizza flavored tofu for Sean. That's what I'm feeling. Let's go. Vendi. Vendi, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Kat?
I would want to say that I loved it generally. I would not mind if there was a little bit more, I would say either emotion or more like you yourself, so I can see the difference between you and others. I would also like to always define who your customer is, right? So like who you're targeting to, then what the problem is and what your solution is. Like very three basic things: my customer, my problem, my solution. So it makes it easy, like, okay, it's for me, it's not for me. Oh, I know this guy.
Very nice, Vendi. Beautiful work. And the next step would be?
I would definitely go for lunch. Probably
Nice.
steak or sushi.
Sushi and
now you
steak,
speak
Bella.
my language.
Woman
we are
after
talking.
your own heart.
Now,
now we're
you're
talking, Vendi. Bella.
Yes.
Yes. And that, last but not least, Dr. Kirk, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Kat?
For Kat, Kat, I like I hear you're a famous author. That opens up some listening, which was great. And you ask a open-ended question. You ask for advice, which also leads to great conversation. And you just sounded very clear, great. I thought energetic transference. You sounded very confident, very much wanting to collaborate and align with Bella. And I would like to fly to San Francisco and ask Kat to pick out the restaurant that has the best lumpia in the Bay and go there and eat with her.
Whoa. I don't even know what that is. What is that, Dr. Kirk?
It is a delicious, crispy fried, it's a spring roll.
Nice. All right.
Hot,
Bella Rita.
piping hot out of the pan.
Yeah. I'll go surfing in San Francisco and meet you guys for ice cream after you have that stuff. Sounds great. Bella Rita, I think it's that time. This is not in my contract, but I'm going to do it anyway because I love Dr. Kirk and because you make me do it, Bella. Over to you.
That is true. Dr. Kirk and everyone, this is the time in the show that I have the honor and the privilege of putting my co-host on the hot seat in a scenario that he has no idea about because I've been cooking them up as the show has been going on. Because Kat, Stephanie, maybe you guys knew what you were doing, maybe you didn't, but I think Sean deserves to go on the hot seat in a little reverse role play. We'll see if he can flex his influence muscles or not. Of course, Dr. Kirk, I have two scenarios for you today. You can choose one of these scenarios, or you can come up with something on your own, or you can even change mine around, whatever serves you in this group. Are you ready to hear what I have for today?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So option number one is I was reading that Walmart has faced multiple lawsuits for both in-store and online accessibility issues. So I thought option one or number one is Sean could either role play Jay or Tiffany going from hello to yes with the CEO of Walmart to be their consultant on solving their accessibility issues. So that is option number one. And option number two is I thought Sean could role play Kat going from hello to yes with Marla Runyon, who was the first legally blind athlete to compete in the Olympics. And so Sean could role play Kat going from hello to yes with Marla to co-author a book. So those are the two options I have for you today, Dr. Kirk. Either of one of those.
Yeah,
super fancy.
I like Sean being Kat. That sounds fun.
Okay, so I'll have Sean be Kat, and who would you like to play the role of Marla?
How about Jesse?
Jesse, are you up for playing the role of Marla? And Sean, you are going to be Kat, going from hello to yes with Marla to co-author a book.
Okay. So I'm Marla and I need to co-author a book. Is that my role?
You're going to be Marla, who's an Olympic athlete, correct, Bella?
Correct.
And I'm going to be Kat, convincing her to co-author that book together.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Yes,
Mar-
for the,
Marla,
for the,
Marla
for the
is
visually impaired community. Yes.
Great. And Kat, your mission, if you give me one quick, I heard before, but just want to have it one more time. Your headline of like your mission, how would you introduce like, I do this?
I get disabled entrepreneurs empowered to become authors.
Great. That's perfect. That's what I thought. Okay. Okay. Hi, is Marla available?
This is Marla.
Hey, Marla, this is Kat. We have a 3-minute conversation scheduled for today. Is it still a good time for you to speak?
I do have a lot going on. I'll be walking around on my phone, but go ahead. You can tell me, what was this call about?
Yes. So if this isn't a great time, Marla, I definitely want to have it. I'm Kat. You had put this on your calendar because you were interested in potentially writing a book. Does this ring any bells?
Oh, okay. Yes, yes. We did have time for this. Okay.
Okay. Is it still a good time for right now? We have 3 minutes, or would you rather
Yes.
reschedule?
Let's go for it.
Awesome. Well, thank you for that, Marla. So I was going to ask you, what prompted you to want to schedule this time in the first place about a book?
Well, a lot of people have been approaching me about writing a book, and it's been something that's been on my mind for a few years now. And so, when I heard about what you were doing, Kat, it really intrigued me. I like, sort of, it sounds like we have a lot in common. You would understand sort of my perspectives on things. So I was just curious to sort of learn more about you and see, what would this require? What would be the time commitment, and all of that.
Yeah. Well, thank you. So much for that, Marla. I know we have about a minute and a half and counting, and I want to make sure I honor your time. My simple question though is, why do you want to write a book? I think a lot of folks are like, yeah, it'd be really great. I mean, and some people want to write a book because they just want to have documented their life. Some people want to write a book to help them advance their business. Some people want to write a book to help them advance philanthropic causes. Some people just want to create massive impact in the world as much as they can. Some combinations of all the above. What is it that's driving you forward to want to write a book, Marla?
I think the life I've lived could really serve other people by hearing my story. I think that sharing a lot of the troubles that I've been in, I would really like to put that out there for future generations so that they don't have to go through maybe what I went through. Also, it's just a great way to build your personal brand and get your name out there and to stay relevant.
Amazing. Okay. So from that place, I'm hearing an impact. And final, why do you want to be relevant? Why do you want to build a personal brand? And I mean that very sincerely. You're an Olympian. Your story is incredible. And most Olympians stay in the frame of, I was an Olympian once, and let me tell you my story. I think I have a much more profound possibility. But if you had it all your way, Marla, where does this end up for you? Like, what would you be creating?
Yeah, I would be leaving my story behind, not just for the world, but for my family, for my grandchildren that I'm never going to be able to meet, for great grandchildren. For me, it's very emotional. I feel that I've been put on this earth and I've had these struggles so that I could help other people through that, including my own family.
Well, thank you for that. So in the final minute or so we have, can I share a couple quick thoughts?
Sure.
Yeah. So I have an interesting belief structure. And my belief structure is that what everybody really wants to do is what you're alluding to at the beginning level. I think, and I'm quite certain actually, that people want to have impact. They want their story, their life to live on beyond them. And during their lifetime, though, they want to create as much positive impact as possible. Am I hearing those things in what you're sharing? Am I hearing that correctly?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So a lot of folks write a book and they just don't know what to do with it. And some people write a book and they want to make money. Some people write a book and they just want to get it in the hands of many people as possible. When you're working with me, I understand this is not just about writing a book. I have an incredible track record of getting these books done, empowering blind authors to bring their work forward. Your story is absolutely first-rate, world-class, powerfully unique, if not inspirational, and potentially even awe-inspiring. But what do we do with it? So what I'm proposing to you is a 30-minute follow-up conversation, Marla, where we not only unpack your story, but what do we do with the book? There's a lot of incredible things we could do. And you mentioned building personal brand that goes so far even beyond the creation of personal brand that you could build a platform. And I don't mean just on social media, a real place, a real space where as your identity grows and your influence grows, you create more and more value, more and more mastery, more and more of an ability to create the positive changes you're seeking because you gain influence with integrity in the world. I don't mean being an influencer. I mean becoming a masterful person of influence. So if any of that resonates with you, then I'm proposing a 30-minute follow-up conversation to put some more detail underneath this conversation. Marla, how would that feel for you to have a 30-minute follow-up?
That would feel really great. Actually, everything you're saying is really resonating with me. You've touched on the emotional piece of it. I'm not here to make money. I'm here to make change and to impact lives.
Awesome. Well, let's have that follow-up conversation. And shall I set that up with your team as we set up this meeting?
Please do.
Awesome. Have a blessed, empowered day. And I look forward to speaking with you, Marla. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you. And I'm sorry, but in real life, Jesse does have to go because I have another show I'm on right now.
Go, Jesse, go.
You.
How was your time today? One sentence headline.
So great. This was awesome. Can we do this again? I love this.
Let's go, Jesse. Great job.
Really good salesperson.
Best salespeople in the world never sell anything. Jesse, enjoy your next show. We'll see you soon. Thank you, Jesse. Kat.
I'm sorry. I also have to go. I have another appointment. So thank you so much for inviting me. And bye-bye.
Thank you. How was your time today, real quick?
It was really amazing. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Kirk, for inviting me.
Truly my pleasure.
Beautiful, beautiful. Great work. Thank you,
Bye-bye
Julie. Kat, thank you. Kat, thank you for being in the participant seat. Did a wonderful job today. How do I do as you? And how was your time on Dr. Kirk Adams' Heart of Influence?
You gave me so many lessons, Sean. I was scribbling mentally, furiously here. Thank you for the intro, the call to action, and your calming tone. It was absolutely helpful. Dr. Kirk, I know we've only spoken once, but I cannot express appropriately how thankful I am for this opportunity and the great chance to meet with these wonderful, wonderful heart-centered individuals. I'm almost getting teary-eyed here. Thank you for today.
Kat, extraordinary. Thank you for everything you're doing to empower folks out there in the world. And very grateful, wonderful work today. Thank you. Tiffany, thank you for being in the feedbacker seat, your presence, your energy, your heart. And Tiffany, how was your time on Dr. Kirk Adams' Heart of Influence?
I had never been a part of an experience like this. So I'm going to steal all of this when I'm trying to do an icebreaker and really quit to Kat. I did not listen. I did not use my active listening skills, and I gave a preference as opposed to a ranking. I would definitely eat a fat, juicy steak, even though I am trying to be pescatarian with you. I am actually writing a book and launching it for National Disability Employer Awareness Month. So it is right up my alley. I apologize. Had a wonderful time.
Oh my God. Thank you, Tiffany. That is a beautiful share. And thank you for all the impact you're up to in the world as well. Ivan
had
thank
to
you.
jump.
Oh, Ivan did have to jump. Okay, I missed that. Let's go. Grace, thank you for being on Dr. Kirk Adams' Heart of
Grace had to
Influence.
jump.
Oh, Bella, over to you.
Okay. So let's go. How about we go, Jay McCabe? Thank you for being here. Great feedback to the participants. And how was your time with us on the Heart of Influence?
Oh, this was a great experience. It's always a good time when you get to network with people that have a like-minded heart to support the underserved. And so I'm glad to participate. Looking forward to next time.
Awesome. Well, thank you, brother. And thank you again for your service and your fun, cool way of thanking us. So thank you for that, Bella.
Yes, and last but not least, before we get to our co-producer for today, Miss Elizabeth, thank you for being here today. And how was your time on Dr. Kirk's Heart of Influence?
Yeah, thank you. This was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the opportunity to connect with all of you, and I hope we can do this again in the future.
For sure. Thank you so much for that. And Dr. Kirk Adams, another day of heart-centered, growth-minded, masterful humans on the rise of impact in the world, as you are always, sir. And please, Dr. Kirk Adams, your final.
Oh, just thank you. I know people had to go, but for everyone here or not, thank you so much for your time and your attention and your engagement. And as always, Sean and Bella, thank you for creating this space and making it available to me where I can bring people together like this every month. It's the best hour of my month. Another great one. So thank you both.
Well, thank you, Dr. Kirk Adams. And this is one of the best Hearts of Influence that we enjoy and appreciate. So thank you, Dr. Kirk. For everyone here today, because of Dr. Kirk, final 90 seconds before we pause, we have 3 gifts for you because there was like resonance for sure. There always is, quite frankly. But first, if you want to come back and do something cool and fun, next Wednesday, we train on influence, 8 a.m. Eastern. Nothing is sold to you there. And we drop into breakout rooms where you can do an exercise with 1 or 2 other people and advance what we're talking about here in a very powerful, fun, heart-centered, and scientific way. Second, the textbook on how to do this, our ebook, also will drop into the chat, our group influence book. It'll give you the clear dynamics and optics around all of this beautiful fun and magic. And third, a business acceleration session. I cannot overstate the critical value and importance of that. Nothing will be sold to you there either. We have plenty of stuff to do forever, but that will help you see what you do not see about profoundly accelerating your mission. Like I heard, like, whoa, there's some cool stuff here. Wait till you start thinking about how do you build your own platform and how do you take work forward in the world beyond your influence? Like, where do you point it at? Those 3 things. Bella, incredible job as always. And I know we're over time. So on behalf of Bella and Dr. Kirk Adams and the Heart of Influence, we thank you for being here and every show by saying this. I may be blind, which I am, but I'm absolutely certain as to the possibilities for acceleration that sit in front of every one of us. Those possibilities are sitting right here. But those possibilities sitting right here, I am absolutely certain that at some level, as to the opportunities that we have, we're all blind
and just wanting to see. Bye-bye, everyone.
Well, thank you, Dr. Kirk.
Great
work,
you.
everybody.